Welcome to our Define STEM project. Today we'll be focusing on the importance of tennis and how you can incorporate different modifications to your app in order to improve the lives of many tennis players. The objectives of this presentation is to understand the important systems involved in tennis to increase the productivity of your application. We also would like the players to be able to understand the importance of the digestive, cardiovascular, and nervous systems, which will help also aid in the design of your application, as well as improve tennis players' form and skill level.
The digestive system plays an integral role in a tennis player's daily life, especially before and on the court. The main parts of the digestive system that are used are the mouth, small intestine, large intestine, and stomach. Tennis players tend to eat a lot of carbs and starches before a match in order to provide energy. The digestive system breaks down these carbs and starches. The tennis player will ingest the food, and digestion will begin at the mouth, where the saliva will break down the starches. Digestion continues to occur in the small intestine as well. Then the last step, absorption, will occur in the colon, so that nutrients can go back into the bloodstream, which will provide the body energy. Tennis is an aerobic sport, so a high endurance is needed. This means that a lot of energy is required. The app can have a feature where the athlete can input the daily diet, and the app can formulate a proper diet for the desired results they would want from their workout. The app can also have a way to measure the proper time that it would be for the tennis to consume their meal, so they get the maximum amount of energy during the match.
The cardiovascular system. So the parts of the cardiovascular system are the blood vessels/arteries, and the heart. The functions are transportation of nutrients and hormones, and it removes carbon dioxide, urea, and other waste products. So in tennis, as you play, it increases your heart rate, which improves the level of physical fitness by increasing body productivity and circulating fluids through heart chambers and nutrients in the bloodstream. And as that happens, the blood goes to all the tissues in the body, which keeps the body moving quickly, fast-paced, and that's important in the games so that the person can cover the entire court. So for the app, the home button could take the heart rate of the player so they can keep documentation of that, and they should have the ability to log their heart rate and medications or enhancers to keep that in mind for their game, and it should indicate the athlete's heart rate if it's within a healthy range or not, and indicate predicted accuracy and speed for the day based on the previous data that they put into the app.
The nervous system, basically the brain and the body functioning together. It is a very vital part, as without the brain, you are not able to perform any task in any sport. The part of the brain in the central nervous system we're going to be focusing on is the cerebrum, which is the largest part of the brain and associated with basic knowledge and movement. And the cerebrum here is actually divided into 4 different lobes. The first one is the frontal lobe, which is usually associated with concentration, and the parietal lobe is movement. Temporal lobe is memories, and occipital lobe is eyes, which is very important in tennis, as you must be concentrated, be able to move, and also process what you see, where the ball will be moving, and use muscle memory in order to react in certain shots, such as a forehand or backhand, or at the net if you need to poach the ball. It's all memory, and it's all concentration, movement, based upon your surroundings. So a part of the nervous system that we're focusing on is reaction time and muscle memory. So especially for net players who must practice over and over hitting the ball at the net or hitting forehands and backhands with a ball machine. One of the other parts of the nervous system is action potential, which is where we get this movement from. So in order to have an effective game, you must be able to have proper communication between cells in the body as a result of external stimulus, such as an incoming tennis ball. Recognition of the ball requires quick reaction time, hence the need for a boost in communication between cells to improve performance, and this also comes in tied to your cerebrum being able to perform. So recommendations for the app. Now, the nervous system is very complicated and is not necessarily something you can track that easily. So in a way for a tennis player to improve oneself, the app could utilize a recording or a timer feature to detect and record the reaction time of a player when practicing, say, 100 tennis balls from a ball machine or at the net, wherever they'd like to practice. This helps the player recognize where they need improvement so they can increase their brain activity as well as concentrate on where they want to hit the ball. This also improves memory for the frontal lobe as well, as you can tell with the temporal lobe. This is important for improving player confidence and practicing certain shots, and helps the player practice repetition in this cardio exercise. So connecting the systems, while the entire body must work together, we only focused on how each separate one should be incorporated into your application. So we felt that each of the systems we've discussed kind of branches off into another. So we're going to be connecting how the digestive, circulatory system, and the nervous system all tie into each other. So the systems relate. So the digestive system starts off and takes in, absorbs nutrients and water, which is very important to help maintain body levels. These nutrients and water are then applied into the circulatory system, which is then transporting these nutrients and water throughout the body to use for energy and hydration in order to keep the body moving and active. And high protein and high fiber diet improves heart rate and blood pressure as well. Those absorbed nutrients and water that are now circulating in the body then move into the nervous system. Healthy foods such as meat and green beans help to increase blood flow to the brain, which increases blood activity. And a lot of the brain activity comes from the circulating blood. As many know, a lot of things such as dehydration, injuries, or dizziness happens because the blood flow going to the brain is blocked, or there are not enough nutrients or water to help keep the brain functioning. So increased brain activity will allow the player to move faster, concentrate more, as spoken before with the cerebrum, and give them quicker and more accurate reactions when playing tennis. Thank you for your time, and we hope you take this into consideration.